Hello, I'm Professor Cox, and I will be guiding you through this U.S. History Online distance class. In this segment, I'll introduce the course, covering topics such as who I am, how to use Canvas, the syllabus, course logistics, and your initial assignments. Additionally, after marking this session as done, you will proceed to an assignment that investigates why we even bother studying history. Let me tell you a little bit about who I am. I graduated high school in 1973, joined the Navy during the Vietnam War, and served for 10 years. After I left the Navy, I earned a computer science degree and worked at Hewlett Packard. My passion for history led me back to academia, culminating in a BA in history, graduating magna cum laude, a full scholarship for graduate study at the University of California, and a PhD in Latin American history. My specialty is modern Mexico, specifically the U.S. occupation of Mexico from 1846 to 1848. Though my primary field is Latin American history, I teach U.S. and world history as well. I've been teaching at Mesa College since 2004 and started online teaching in 2020. You obviously know how to get on Canvas, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. Near the top of the home page, there is a link to the syllabus. I encourage you to read it and keep up with it. As some would argue about our Constitution, the syllabus is a living document. I have completely rewritten this course, and I am not finished matching the syllabus to Canvas. I will be making minor changes to the syllabus throughout the course. None of these changes will prove a burden to you. I do encourage you not to print the syllabus because, as I mentioned, there will be changes. When you get to the home page, you will see that the course is structured into several modules, with the first two visible initially. Module segments unlock sequentially as you complete assignments. You must complete all of the segments in one module to be able to move on to the next. The segments are recorded using AI-generated voices. However, I want you to know that I created all of the material and have not used materials from any other source unless specified. This is all my original work, and I look forward to seeing your original work in this course. The course materials you will find on Canvas include a syllabus, study guides, and additional resources from the textbook publisher. Our textbook is available online for free via OpenStax History. Should you prefer a print copy, purchasing options are provided. Information about how to purchase can be found on Canvas. Each module contains a series of audio discussions accompanied by questions. The questions are designed to test your understanding of the material presented in the videos. I will review and grade your answers. The grades will be based on a 12-point scale represented in a rubric attached to the assignment. If your answers earn 8 points or better, I will mark the assignment complete. If you complete all assignments in the first 3 modules, which means listening to the audio section, accurately answering all of the questions, and having your answers marked as complete, you will be eligible for exemption from the midterm exam. If I do not mark your submission complete, I will give you feedback about what is missing, and you can resubmit the assignment. I won't answer the question for you. You can do this as many times as necessary before the cutoff date for the midterm. My thinking is that if you can demonstrate a thorough understanding of the course material through these assignments, you have already answered all of the questions on the midterm. It's a way to reward consistent engagement and comprehension over the course of the semester. However, it's important to note that this exemption is contingent on the quality of your responses. You must provide answers that align with the information and viewpoints presented in the video lectures. I will review each submission to ensure it meets the required standard. In cases where your response needs revision, you'll have the opportunity to make corrections and resubmit. I need to add another comment about these assignments. Your simple task is to complete the lesson material, including the audio segments and any other related media, and answer the questions based on what you learned. It is not to demonstrate how well you can look up stuff on the internet. Even if you think you can, you will not be able to answer the questions satisfactorily without engaging with the lesson materials. If you try to answer the questions by using other internet sources or chatbots, that is plagiarism, and I will know. If I believe you have committed academic dishonesty, I will stop grading your work until you reach out to me on Zoom. We can then discuss the situation. A satisfactory resolution will be that I continue grading your work and you can continue earning credit. If you do not reach out to me in person on Zoom, I will not grade any more of your work and you will lose any credit already earned. In that case, even if you continue submitting work, I will not grade it and you will not be able to earn any more credit. I have been compelled to do this in the past and I never liked doing it. So I am begging you, do not even attempt plagiarism. Our grading scale translates 1,000 points into a standard 100-point system with opportunities for extra credit. The syllabus lists historical works you will need to acquire on your own, either from the bookstore or elsewhere. Any edition of these works is acceptable, and you may be able to find online editions of some of them. I have tried to keep the expense to you at a minimum. You cannot reach me by telephone. The phone number in the syllabus is there because it is required to be there, but it is a voicemail box I have never set up and never checked in 20 years. I will respond to email on Canvas. I encourage you not to use my district email because I get hundreds of emails a week, most of which I have no interest in. It is easy for me to not notice and perhaps inadvertently delete emails. Email via Canvas will result in a quicker response. I have set hours for consultations on Zoom, and if you are unable to meet during those times, you can make arrangements with me through email. Communication goes both ways. In a distance course, I need to be able to reach out to you. The only way I have to do that is through email and Canvas. I will post announcements on Monday mornings to set the framework for the coming week. Make sure you keep up with them. Also make sure that your email address on Canvas and with the registrar is one that you check on a regular basis. I will sometimes post things that are time sensitive, and if you are not paying attention, you might miss them. I will not be sympathetic if you do not read the announcements and your email. This class is full with a waiting list. I don't want anyone to drop, but if you feel this class is not going to work for you, you can make room for someone else and I won't feel bad. Also, anyone who is not logged into Canvas by Friday at noon will be dropped. Let me repeat that. Anyone who is not logged into Canvas by Friday at noon will be dropped. We will have a number of online discussions. These are graded activities with specified start and end dates. Unlike other assignments, discussions cannot be submitted late. Even though the discussions are asynchronous, they're only available for a limited time. The intent of the discussions is to foster interaction with your colleagues. If I scheduled a meeting for a specific date, time, and venue, and you fail to attend, then after the meeting had ended and everyone has gone about their business, you showed up at the empty room where the meeting was and started speaking. How do you think I should respond? Should you get credit for attending the meeting? Or consider another example. Your favorite entertainer announces a show at a specified time and place. You miss the show entirely, but go to the venue after the show is over. Can you legitimately say you attended the event? I will not accept late work for discussions. You will notice in the syllabus I have assigned dates to the modules corresponding to weeks in the semester. The only hard dates you need to pay attention to are the weeks before the midterm and final exams. There will be a cutoff after which no new submissions will be accepted. This will allow me to grade all of your submissions before the exam. As I already discussed, once discussions are closed, no more submissions will be accepted. Exams will be timed and they will be available online for 1 week. You will notice on Canvas there is a discussion due this week. You must submit your original posts and responses by next Monday at midnight. Also notice near the top of the Canvas homepage there is a link to a document titled Exam 1 Study Guide. This document contains all of the questions that might appear on the midterm exam. I encourage you to keep this guide with you as you go through the segments and note the answers when you find them. This will help you to prepare for the midterm should you be required to take it. I have structured this course in such a way that I hope will give everyone a chance to succeed. Some of you may not think studying history is either important or interesting and are only taking this course to satisfy a requirement. You might consider there's a reason why it is a requirement. In the next segment, you will get a feel for why I think studying history is both important and interesting. I am available to help you in any way I can. Welcome to the class, and I look forward to a successful semester together.